Good morning. Good morning,
Good morning.
everyone.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Doing good. We're here today for a final judgment dissolution in Ellis versus Ellis, 20 DR 1400. Ms. Bocher, can you please enter your appearance?
Thank you, Your Honor. Tony Botcher on behalf of Kristen Ellis, who is here.
Okay. And Mr. Ellis, are you self-represented today?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Ms. Bocher, the child support guidelines, I see that there's supposed to be a copy as an exhibit to the marital settlement agreement, but it didn't make it to the court file.
I will have that sent over promptly.
Okay, wonderful. We'll proceed today, but I can't, I need the final judgment anyway.
That's okay. Yeah, my paralegal's working on it, and we'll send that and the child support guidelines.
Okay. Any reason we shouldn't proceed to final dissolution today?
I don't see why not, Your Honor.
All right.
Okay.
Madam Clerk, can you please swear in Miss Ellis?
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Can you please state your name and date of birth for the record?
Kristen Ellis, 11/25/82.
Okay, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Ellis, state your spouse's name, please.
Frank Ellis.
Are you and your spouse over the age of 18?
Yes.
And what is your date of marriage?
5/14/05.
And have you been a continuous resident of the state of Florida for more than 6 months before you filed your petition?
Yes.
Are you or your spouse a member of the armed forces?
No.
Are you currently pregnant?
No.
Is your marriage irretrievably broken?
Yes.
Are you asking the court to dissolve your marriage?
Yes.
You and Mr. Ellis have a minor child, correct?
Yes.
And what's his name and date of birth?
Crosby Ellis, 4/4/10.
And you and your spouse entered into a settlement agreement that resolves all issues related to assets, liabilities, and child support, correct?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. The connection's not the greatest. Did you sign that agreement freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And Your Honor, I believe you have that should be in the court file.
It is.
Are there any assets and liabilities left to be distributed by the court? And you also entered into a parenting plan that resolves all issues of parental responsibility and time sharing, correct?
Yes.
Did you enter into that agreement freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And do you believe that that parenting plan is in the best interest of your child?
Yes.
Are you asking the court to adopt the settlement agreement and the parenting plan as orders of this court, requiring both of you to provide by the provisions contained in those documents?
Yes.
Have all of the issues that you alleged in your petition for dissolution of marriage been resolved by your agreement and parenting plan?
Yes.
And are you requesting that the court restore a prior name?
Yes.
And what is that name?
Kristen Merrill.
Could you spell that, please, for the record?
Merrill.
And Your Honor, obviously that will be contained in the judgment.
Okay, thank you.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Ellis, will you please raise your right hand and be sworn in by the clerk?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can you please state your name and date of birth for the record?
Frank William Ellis, 10/30/1975.
Okay. When and where were you married?
Traverse City, May 2005.
Which state is that in?
Michigan.
Okay.
Traverse City, Michigan.
All right. And are you currently a resident of the state of Florida?
Yes, I am.
How long have you been a resident of the state of Florida for?
Since 2015.
All right. Do you agree that your marriage is irretrievably broken?
Yes.
And did you enter into a marital settlement agreement and parenting plan in this case?
Yes.
Did you do so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And do you agree that the terms of the marital settlement agreement is fair and reasonable?
Yes, I do.
All right. And as it relates to the parenting plan for Crosby, do you agree that that plan is in the best interest of Crosby?
Yes, I do.
All right. The court has heard all the testimony and reviewed the marital settlement agreement and the parenting plan, and specifically notes the parenting plan provides for very split, even parental responsibility between these two parties for Crosby. The court finds that it has jurisdiction over the subject matter and the parties, that at least one party, and in this case both parties, have been residents of the state of Florida for 6 months prior to filing this petition, and that the marriage is irretrievably broken. The court will therefore dissolve the marriage and restore the parties back to single status. The court also finds that the parties have entered into both a parenting plan and a marital settlement agreement in this case, and that they've done so freely and voluntarily. The court further finds the parenting plan, which has been submitted, is in the best interests of the party's minor child. The court will reserve jurisdiction to enforce the terms of both that marital settlement agreement and the parenting plan. Finally, the court will grant Miss Ellis's request for a name change, and she will no longer be referred to as Miss Ellis, but Miss Merrill, upon receiving the final judgment and the child support guidelines from Ms. Bocher. I am very happy that you all were able to resolve the disputes that you had. So now that you can focus on being wonderful co-parents for Crosby. Best wishes to your entire family as your relationship enters into a new phase.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Bocher. Everyone have a great day.
Thanks.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. I'll see you later, Michaela.